Yo, what's happening, people? And welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast, where you're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way.
Yes.
If you are watching this video, please do like, comment, subscribe. We put the word out last week, and again, 70% of the guys that watched our Champions League preview not subscribed.
Come on.
And
You're better than that.
It was an episode that you seem to enjoy. It's got almost 100 views.
Streets is talking.
But 70% of the people that
No,
watch it,
come on, that's not good enough.
they're not subscribed. They're
That's
just
not good
enjoying the
enough.
content.
That's not good enough.
So look, I put the word out last week. I say it again. Please do subscribe. We'll appreciate it. And even more reason to subscribe. Today, we're gonna have another episode that rival fans and haters will enjoy, because from my memory, my recollection, maybe Michael will correct me, we've got a first in podcast history because Mikel Arteta is going to get killed today.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't think we've ever actually come on the pod and really killed Mikel Arteta like that.
I don't think in the way it will be today, like, I think a lot of the other times you might have killed him but left an olive branch out.
Yeah, player quality.
Yeah, accepted that there was some mitigating circumstances.
Yeah, injuries.
Yeah. But this time...
But today, there's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide. And that's where we're going to kick it off. Mikel Arteta got it wrong. He got it so very wrong.
I should be like the title of... I think that's the title of every Arsenal fan.
Yeah, Arteta got it wrong. That's literally the title of my section.
Arteta
got it wrong. He got it very wrong from the start of the game. And we're going to delve into that. We're going to talk about that. But just to preface this conversation before it gets a bit wild and a bit outrageous, for me, definitely, I'm pretty sure Mike was the same, but this is not an Arteta out.
Yeah, no.
Declaration or conversation about in or out, or we're not that far. We won't be that far probably for a while. We're still in September, but this is a conversation. If you see your manager, if you see players you like do things wrong, you call it out. Don't lie to your eyes. And like Michael's mentioned, there's been an olive branch in previous seasons about player quality, options available, injuries. But on Sunday versus Man City, there's nowhere to hide. And the conversation has to be around Mikel Arteta. And if guys are calling him a coward, guys are doing everything they can to get onto Mikel Arteta like they would. And unfortunately, Arteta's just got to hold that.
Hold it.
Today, this isn't going to be an Arteta defense league here. Because he got it wrong. And... look, where we're going to start, I think where we have to start is the starting 11. So your thoughts when you saw that?
It's funny because 9 times out of 10, or even 10 times out of 10, I'm always on the lineups, in the sense of like an hour before the game, I know I get the notifications, I check, I see what's going on, what go on. But because the Bournemouth Newcastle game was such a snooze fest, I was like semi only watching on the small screen the game. I was trying to do some other stuff. So I didn't actually check the lineups until, the players are walking out and Sky's doing, well, here's our Arsenal lineup today.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. I actually couldn't believe it. And I don't know, I don't know what shocked me more between Marino and Trossard. I had half a thought that Marino might play, but then for sure, I thought that Eze would play.
Yeah.
And he's just going to sort of rinse and repeat this, Eze left wing.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, man. My gut reaction was I didn't like it. My gut reaction, honestly, was that it was 2 things. It's like, 1, Arteta's overthinking this. And 2, okay, maybe he isn't overthinking this, but it's on some, like, he's doing too much to prove people wrong.
Yeah.
My gut reaction was that he's doing too much to prove people wrong. Everybody, the whole handbrake thing, the worst thing about Arteta in the starting 11 was how he's solidified the terminology of handbrake talk, and that's just going to run all season now, regardless of if we slap up teams, if we don't slap, whatever happens.
Well, I think it could change this weekend. I think that's a big one. That's a big.
We'll get into this weekend because that is a big one.
And I think if he picks a team that shows people, handbrake's off now, we get something, I think there could be. I think it could change.
I think it's gonna be like the Pep, can you win it without a striker type thing. Like there'll be games where we'll win by 3 or 4, or we'll just win by 2, and they'll be like, oh, there won't be handbrake talk. But that game that we draw, and we will draw another game. And we will potentially lose another game in this season.
But the handbrake talk's going to come from the team selection
and the substitutions. Because I think,
but I mean, if he plays that midfield three in any game again,
there will be handbrake talk. But that midfield three will play next on the weekend. I'm pretty confident in that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying about solidifying handbrake talk.
Yeah.
You got to pick and choose when to do it. Away from home, I came here and I said last week how I'm not going to be that upset about those kind of performances away from home. Just trying to be resolute, trying to prey on mistakes, trying to just make sure that you're clinical with the chances that you get, all this kind of stuff. I do hear it, yeah. But yeah, my initial reaction was that Arteta he's doing too much. He's trying to prove too many people wrong in the most Pep fashion of like, oh, you think that this is a mistake? I'm going to double down on this to show you that this isn't a mistake. And then ultimately, my like big takeaway from the lineup was that he's treating this like this is an away game. Like he's treating this like we aren't at home. Like the pressure isn't on us to win this game. Like we aren't coming in as the favorites. The lineup he's picked is almost as if City came into this game with a like inferiority, not complex, but like a mentality of like, this is a good team. This team might be better than us. Yeah. Bernardo's already coming and talking about, Rodri's talking about how what winning over there will show the fans and the rest of the world and the Premier League that we're still here and we're back and all this kind of stuff. And Arteta's gone with like, oh, but you know, like these guys obviously win every game, so I just need to be defensive and stay in it. And And I do agree that lineups send messages to teams consciously or subconsciously. Arteta can play Marino and Trossard and be like attack, go at them, start fast, score 3 goals, be relentless, all this kind of stuff. But I do just think even with that verbal message being said, like if you wanted to attack and go at them and score 3 goals and lock this game off early, you don't pick Marino and Trossard. So I think Arteta set the tone for this game, not just for the players, but for the fans, for everybody early. And when it all starts to fall apart, man, it looks awful.
Yeah. Agreed.
How did you feel?
I agree 100%. It sends a message to the players first and foremost. The players out on that pitch, no matter what Arteta tells them or says to them, he's shown them with the team that he's picked that we're going to try and win this game 1-0.
Yeah, stay in it. We're going to try and stay in this game.
Like, having your point about the fans and whatever, having been there in the stadium, I was like, when I saw the team sheet, I was like, well, if this doesn't go to plan, Arteta's already given the fans the ammunition to fire up the chamber and point the gun at it. He's already done that, by picking the team he's picked. Whereas if you pick Eze, and you can even keep Trossard out there, but Eze just finds a spot in the team somewhere.
Yeah, you're trying to win.
The fans, we got 1-0 down. I think but you give the fans that ammunition of, well, now what?
And
right?
I think that point that you made is the biggest point, and that's why it's so specific to Arteta. Is like there's no guarantee that if you start Eze or even if you start Saka, and you play the fans' dream lineup, that we don't go 1-0 down. Yeah. But because it's almost as if you've set up not to go 1-0 down. And you've gone 1-0 down,
and then we can't break the other team down.
I said it in the chat. I was like, I didn't really deep it until, and obviously the goal came in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, but soon, like. The team sheet is the team sheet. I was upset about the team sheet, but then the game starts and you're like, oh, let's just see what we can do. Maybe he's onto something, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
As soon as you go 1-0 down, I was looking at that team and I was like, this might be the worst set of players that we have. That to be 1-0 down. There was no spark. There was no one in the team that is a spark type player or is I'm gonna force it. I'm Mr. Make It Happen.
Well, there was one.
yeah. Sorry.
And that was even though those were few and far between, Noni might have had like 3 sort of actions. One that resulted in a shot, two that resulted in balls back across the box. But that he was the only one. Even then, the shot he has to he fashions all by himself around 2-3 players.
And that's why the starting lineup is so weird to me, because obviously Arteta's smarter than us. He knows this football stuff.
Yeah.
He's done his badges. He's done everything. 89 points, all that kind of stuff. I just can't conceive Arteta not, with the respect that he's already shown for City with the lineup, conceive going 1-0 down.
Yeah.
Like you've already shown them all the respect in the world, you've left our two best players on the bench.
Yeah.
To go for a more like, team that's involved the containment, as we say, keep the game, close.
A safer team,
safe and tidy and all this
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah. So we already know that you respect them. We already know that you think they can score goals here at our place. Yeah. So I don't understand the game planning behind that with the team that you've chosen. What happens if we do go 1-0 now?
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
it's almost as if he hasn't thought of that possibility or eventuality.
Yeah.
And then now we just waste 45 minutes. Like, as soon as that goal went in from the 10th minute, nothing was really going on.
I think that's a very important point when talking about this game. What you've just said there about wasting 45 minutes. Yeah. Mikel Arteta has wasted 45 minutes, the first 45 minutes, in a massive must-win game against quote-unquote title rival, right? We don't know yet, but City, in my opinion, probably finished third, so they're probably there or thereabouts. You've just wasted 45 minutes in a game at home. Yeah, again, like, people are bringing it back to Anfield, and obviously that's the midfield setup at Anfield. Martinelli plays and whatever, and but I'm with, like you already said, away from home. I'm all right with that.
I can live with it.
You go to Anfield and you do that. I'm all right with that. Because if we waste 45 minutes at Anfield and we go in at 0-0, cool. Let's waste another 45, yeah? But we need to win this game. So there's no at home to Man City. So there's no wasting time. There's no wasting 45 minutes. You can't just coast through. But then I will say is that we both said, because we both predicted Marino to start. And because I was saying that I don't think he's going to trust Eze to lead the press in that position.
Yeah, football's dead.
Right, exactly, for real. Because that's why Odegaard, it seems to be a non-negotiable.
Because
we know that what Odegaard's doing with the ball in possession for the last 12 months has not been anywhere near the level. But what Odegaard does out of possession is still where it needs to be, right? So, but if you're doing that, you're already making the decision to sacrifice attack and offense for defense, and because Marino's setting the press, right? If that's enough to get him in the team over Eze, then it's not more obvious that you're picking a defensive team.
A safe option.
Right. Rather than someone who can actually go and create something or do something.
So, again...
But my last point on this is that with that midfield, we both did say that there is a way to win this game with that midfield, which I still agree with, But the only way is if you score the first goal.
Yeah.
That is the only way, right? Which I don't think Mikel Arteta, as a manager of a top Premier League club playing at home in a big six fixture, should be banking on that.
No.
That the only way we win this game is if we score the first goal.
And even that, with that midfield, if we score the first goal, it doesn't scream to me a team that's like, well, let's pile it on. Like, if we did get the first goal at the time that City got their first goal within 10 minutes, and Marino, Rice, Zubimendi were 1-0 up, I don't think that screams chances galore. I don't think that screams that we're gonna, just create and turn over and feed Noni, feed Gyökeres, feed Trossard, shots. Yeah. And if we were 1-0 up within 10 minutes, that should be the game plan.
Yeah.
Let's try and do they have it? Everyone's wondering how good City are. No one really knows how good City are. Yeah. We know they're a top team, as you say. I expect them to finish third in the table, but I don't know. City could concede 2 or 3 to us in the first half if Eze and Saka and all these guys are there. Yeah.
Set piece goal, whatever.
But what I was gonna say is, and that's the issue I have with the lineup / Arteta's decision making in particular in the first 45 minutes, is just how big a contradiction it is to a lot of the other stuff that Arteta has either done or told us or said. As I said to you on Sunday, I was like, Arsenal made such a song and dance about Ethan being an interior player, being in the midfield. Such a song and dance about it, to the point that we almost didn't sign Eze, as you said, because we said that Ethan's a midfielder. Yeah, to the point that when we profiled Eze as a midfielder, saying that he's not a winger. We don't need him because he's not a winger, and we need a midfielder. Yeah.
And the rumours were that contract talks with Ethan were stalling over game time and whatever, and where's he going to play?
So you've got...
and they'd already signed Noni.
Exactly.
Yeah? So you already told Ethan, don't worry about this right wing position. We've got this one here for you.
So you've got 2 players who the club has spent all summer telling us we see them as midfielders in Eze and Ethan. You got a big game at home, and none of them are in the lineup. As obviously with the context that Odegaard is missing.
Yeah.
So you've got your natural number 10 missing. You've got Ethan, who you said was your deputy number 10, and you've got Eze, who you said
auxiliary number 10.
You really see as a number 10.
Yeah.
You don't really see him as a left winger, but you really see him as a number 10. Yeah. And now both of them are not going to start in a game where we need to create chances and score goals.
You've essentially got your second and what we think is your second and third choice number 10s, but
on the bench.
It seems like Arteta thinks Mourinho's the second choice number 10.
And that's why I'm saying it's so contradicting, man.
Because Eze, I said about I didn't think Arteta would play him there because of the press and whatever. I thought one of the shining lights from last season and one of the things that we could actually take away from last season was the fact that Lewis Skelly and Ethan got serious minutes. At like a serious point in the season. Like when Ethan came into the team in February, we were still there or thereabouts. We still needed to pick up points and whatever.
Yeah.
Lewis Skelly obviously playing Champions League games and what I thought they've already had the learning now.
Yeah.
So now you don't need to worry about not playing Ethan against Man City because you're stressed about if he's going to know how to press or not.
Yeah.
He's already been playing like Premier League football, Champions League football.
Yeah.
He's already been with the first team, learning everything he needs to learn. Surely, if you're worried about Eze, well, Ethan's already been here doing this.
And Arteta's already come out and done interviews about if you're young enough, play him. You know, if you're young and you're good enough, play him. It's not about age. It's just about what a player does in training, and you can see it in his eyes. You know, Arteta goes on and on about that.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no, let's just chill. Let's leave them out. Like, as if, as you say,
Arteta will tell you he can see it in Mourinho's eyes.
As if Skelly and Ethan haven't earned their stripes a little to start a game at home.
Yeah,
at home versus City. They didn't both start, but Skelly started last year, and what I was gonna say as well is, I mean, what do we think? Like, there's a bigger picture, there's a bigger thing at play here with this game in particular. Because obviously we're gonna move on. We'll talk about the second half, all this kind of stuff, yeah. But do you think personally that Arteta has, I don't know, like, do you think he takes this as a learning lesson moving forward? Yeah, do you think he's done now? Potentially trying to be like that safe at home. Do you think that it's like it's not worked for him today, but he's definitely gonna go back to this in another big home game in the future? Because that's where I'm at. I'm like, all right, it didn't work in the first 45 minutes. Yeah, that Arteta, whether he wants to come out and say he knows it didn't work for him. Yeah, it's been 3 days. I still, for the life of me, can't figure out what game plan there was with the Mourinho Trossard start, what he wanted to see. Yeah. But that's by the by. What I do wonder is like, well, what happens now moving forward? Is this the fork in the road? Is Arteta like, well, I can just never be that safe again. I need to go for it. We've already used up our one life that we had at home. And that's it. I just need to go for games now. Or is Arteta like, because I know him to be stubborn. I know him to double down on some of these things. Is he going to be like, it didn't work that day. As you say, it didn't work. Who was the game before Bilbao? Where we were questioning them. I guess, to be fair, he brought Ethan in. But there was a game where we played that midfield and it wasn't looking tidy. And then we played that midfield again in Bilbao. We still scraped the win, but fans are questioning whether we're fluid or not. And then
Anfield.
Arteta, exactly. Arteta doubles down and plays that midfield again for the third time, even after questions have already been started.
I mean, to answer the question, I really just don't know, because he is from that Pep mold of like he's done this. He did this on Sunday. You've already said potentially to prove a point, show that I can do this.
Yeah.
This does work, and I don't know if that's. I feel like because of how wrong it's gone, Arteta wants to do it again. Even more.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that seems to be him.
Yeah. But he came out after the game. They asked him about the midfield. He said, nobody asked me about the midfield against Bilbao.
Yeah. My thing on that, though, is as nasty as that comment is, and that's a terrible comment, and this is, I swear, the one Oliver.
Yeah. It's just he's on the back foot.
He's on the back foot. The game has just ended, and I think he knows he's made a mistake.
Yeah, he does.
And I don't think he can come out and admit it. I got it wrong, because he just knows you're gonna get killed either way.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing, because if he comes out and he genuinely, and as I say, it's 50-50, because I do think part of him says that defensively, but I think he's gonna start that midfield three again on the weekend. So
yeah, I think he'll do it at Newcastle. But we said even before, I don't mind if he does it.
Yeah, you got to pick and choose, man.
Physical game, but your question, will he do that in a game at home?
Or is there a lesson that Arteta's learned from? Like, yes, there's a lesson that he's learned.
Well, there has to be.
But does he act on that?
There, not just a bit. You asked about a big game at home, not just big games. All games at home
must include Saka.
yeah. Like I said to you, our team is not good enough in any of the positions that Eze can potentially play in.
Yeah, to leave him out.
An 8, a 10, or left wing, or false 9, or left wing back, like Gareth Southgate plays. Our team's not good enough for Eze to not make the starting 11. Yeah, Eze's better than Trossard on the left, and Eze's better than Marino in midfield as a 10. So, and it's not just, like, Marino was poor, he was terrible. But Rice and Zubimendi were also bad. They were also poor.
It's not a combination that breeds good football for us. And that's why I'm not shocked. That's why I'm shocked with the persistence from Arteta. I'm not shocked about in big games because you don't need to play, in big games, in away games. You don't need to play good football in away games. You just need to win away games.
Yeah.
But when your fans are there and there's 60,000 people that want to rip City's head off and laugh at Pep and laugh at Rodri, I think that's a game to play good football.
Yeah. 100%.
Like,
and you said it best, just compromise a little bit, At Anfield, I said we came on the pod afterwards, and I said that the only issue I had was that Eze should have started. Again, I've just said the same thing. Like, our team's not good enough for Eze to just hold bench, in some of these big games. And I said the only change I would have made was Eze for Martinelli. I'm calm with Marino being in there. Yeah, because it's Anfield. This game, compromise Arteta. If you want Marino in there, play Eze on the left. Or play Martinelli on the left.
There's options.
Either one of those.
And that's why there's no leg for him to stand on.
And if you want Trossard in the team, play Eze in midfield. Give us one of them, because to put both of them in there is
you can't start, as you just said, you can't start potentially third choice 10 or fourth choice 10 if he's behind Odegaard, Eze and Ethan. And then also play our third choice left winger.
And third is
it's generous,
right? Because there's Eze, there's Martinelli, there's Noni, and then probably right?
So that's what I'm saying. You can't be on the third tier of these, and these are crucial positions. Left wing and 10 in a home game versus Man City. You can't, like, I don't know what calculations you've done in your mind that says, not our best option. Don't go for our second best option. Let's go for our third best option in this big game. But the calculation he's done is Marino's the second best option. Well,
somehow, some way, he's crunched the numbers together. He's run the algorithms, and he's the best option. What he's come out with, right? Which, like, I don't even think we should attempt to understand.
And the last thing I'll say on the contradiction of Arteta is, like, I give him credit for making the changes at halftime, of course. We'll come on to the second half, because I think
I want to talk.
As equally as poor as Arteta was in the first half, I think Pep was poor in the second half.
And we'll talk about that.
But how we won the game at the end, or maybe not how we won the game, but the formation and structure at the end, I know Arteta doesn't like that. Like, I know he doesn't like
Martinelli for Timber.
Taking off my right back. Ethan, I don't know where Ethan's playing. I've got bare guys just kitchen sink all over the place, on the pitch. This is one of the most play out the window. This is one of the most structured. I believe in my structure. I believe in my. But as you say, patterns of play. I believe in my formations. I believe in all of this kind of stuff.
Shape of death.
Like all of that kind of stuff. That's is how I play football when we compact and with all this, and then. To end up, or what you need to do to end up winning the game is throw that out the window, throw just attacking players on willy-nilly. Like, I know he can't be, as much as he's proud of the fight and the finish and Martinelli and all of the rest of it, I know Arteta watches tape back more than anybody. I know he's looking at that like, this is not sustainable to win games. Like, me just throwing the kitchen sink at it at the end like this, I can't do this every week.
And I don't want to. He doesn't want to.
So that's the contradiction of, like, you don't need Arteta. I think he has this plan of, like, we need to just be compact at the beginning and then be strong finishers. Like, between the final 15, 20 minutes, we need to be strong finishers. But you can also be strong starters, bro. You can just start a game well and then see it out at the end. Like, I don't know if we need to pinch games at home at the end. At the death. Just start strong. Then you don't have to go into this fuss of Martinelli right back, Saka, right wing, Ethan right 10, Marino left. Wherever we are with this.
And look, I think it's whenever a manager makes early substitutions in a game,
It is
that aren't because of a red card or injury.
I was gonna say quickly, do you think that Noni comes off if he isn't injured? At first, I didn't think he was injured.
No, I think potentially Trossard comes off. And Noni just goes to the left.
Oh, to the left.
Yeah.
I actually didn't think that Noni was injured at first. I thought it was tactical, not because he had a bad game, but just because Saka has to play in his position.
Yeah.
And
I think he still would have thought that Noni will pose more of a threat on that side, and if needs be later on in the game, swap Noni with Martinelli.
Yeah.
But look, my point is that if they're making early changes and it's not because of a red card or injury, it's because they've got the game plan wrong and they've got their setup wrong, and whatever tactic or strategy that they were planning to deploy has gone out the window. And Mikel Arteta, that tells everyone that Mikel Arteta got it wrong. He fucked it up in that first 45
sub at half time,
which was non-negotiable. I told you that's non-negotiable. No, Saka and
I agree. I still didn't think it would happen, but I agree it was non-negotiable. I was a bit shocked to see it happen. Yeah, and I also think you'll be able to count on one hand the amount of times that will happen this season.
Yeah, because again, like Arteta,
it's just not what he does.
Because he's not usually someone who gets the game plan so wrong.
True.
Right? He's usually someone whose game plan is pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Most of the time, right? Which is why Arsenal are the team that they are. But in this game, that's what I'm saying. You have to call it out. We've seen it, yeah, and Arteta's seen it. We saw his interview afterwards. He was like, "It's fine. We changed it at halftime." Yeah, so he knows. Yeah, you know, you fucked it up in that first 45.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm not going to give you credit for making those changes. Yeah, and I know people will.
I hear that. I do hear that though.
I'm not giving him any credit for that because, like I said, those were non-negotiable, and at least one of those guys should have been in the starting 11. So I'm not going to give you credit for bringing on two of the best players in the league.
Yeah, I hear it just from the sake of having your two best players on your bench when you're playing Man City at home is like, if any other manager did that other than Pep, who obviously can't play Man City, but I would be saying that he doesn't want to win this game, or like, I'll be honestly asking the FA to inquire about him. Is he taking like what's going on? Is he okay? Is he affecting the integrity of the game of football?
Like you know when managers make bare changes before a Carabao Cup game, and they always want to bring up that question.
I'm literally wondering, like, are you affecting the integrity of football? Are you trying to win?
Yeah,
this is a game that
I mean, you did say that you think Pep and Arteta agree on these results,
and the reason is not just the first half, but definitely the second half.
Yeah, which we should get into now, because obviously Eze and Saka come on, and immediately, I think in the first 5 minutes there's two dangerous moments.
Yeah, we're just a better team. Full stop.
Saka, yeah, exactly. Saka, you can just tell that this is just dangerous.
Yeah.
Like the threat levels are high.
Red zone.
Yeah. You know, on the meter.
Yeah, red.
Yeah.
Off the scale.
Boiling. Yeah. We're boiling now, yeah. And Eze the same. Yeah, Eze hits the shot. Eze is picking up the ball between the lines. There was one body feint when I watched the game back on Reinders when he comes to the ball and Reinders running, and then Eze's just run that way. So it obviously gets a lot better second half, and Arsenal do kind of just batter City in that second half. It's all in their half. Even though the chance creation isn't as high as it realistically needs to be. And Arsenal keep pushing, they can't break them down. Now, Pep brings John Stones on around the 60th minute or so, 65th minute, whatever it was.
Well, I think he brought
not John Stones, Ake.
He brought Ake on first
to go 5 at the back.
Yeah,
right. Then
for Foden.
For Foden, yeah. Then 6 minutes later, I think Nico Gonzalez comes on. And was that one for Haaland?
I think that could have been for Haaland.
And then I think he moved Doku up front, and then
I think Nico did he come on a double change? I don't remember.
But yeah, look, you've probably seen it. Guys are saying that Pep was playing 5-5-0.
No, Pep.
It was obvious to see that. And Pep wanted to come away with the 1-0.
Pep fucked it up. Like, we don't get me wrong, because I truly believe that if City had played their exact same game plan in the second half, they would beat us. Like, the way in which the game was going, and don't get me wrong, we brought on Saka, we brought on Eze, we had this spark, yeah? But obviously, according to Arteta's game plan, we were more vulnerable. That's why I didn't start these two in the first place. Surely, right? With some sort of vulnerability level that would have come into the team. So I just think if City have like great players to transition on you, Haaland, Reinders, Foden, Doku, all this kind of stuff, yeah. I just think if they were City, if they were like strategic and picked out their moments well, there would have been times to hurt us because we had to go through. We couldn't lose this game at home, yeah. And the more that the clock ticked on, the more that we would get reckless, the more that we would get dangerous. Bro, there was times in that game where we'd have a corner or we'd have a free kick, a deep one, and it's like Gabriel's up there for like 5 minutes. He's not like normally like either the ball goes in or the ball doesn't go in, and the centre back starts to make their way back and all this kind of stuff. Like Gabriel's staying up there. He wants to make something happen. He wants to get on a knockdown or win a ball or whatever it is. And I just feel like if Pep really had just been patient or stayed the same or stayed consistent, because we, as you said, we were looking better, but we weren't creating that much. Yeah. I do think that was my biggest fear. It was as soon as the first one went in, was like, well, how many go win now? Because I didn't think it was going to be 3-4-0, but
as soon as it goes to 2-0, then it's game over.
But on some like, we're going to have to go forward, and they've got Haaland, and they've got ball players, they've got Reinders, they've got Rodri, they've got guys who can find. They've got guys who can find him. So I was just worried that
Haaland only needs one chance.
We're going to get killed going for it, and I do think that we were there to be killed going for it. So. Accepting that Arsenal are going to have the ball, accepting that Arsenal are just going to put the pressure on us and having zero threat.
It
works out for Saliba. It works out for Gabriel. These guys, they're guys that can recycle, you know? So
because then he brought Doku off as well.
Yeah, you feel me? And
yeah, look, I agree. I think ultimately, Pep was probably in a mindset, probably like nearly all City fans before the game, that they would take a point. Yeah. And
did better than last year.
Yeah, and as much as Pep was so close to getting those 3 points, that I think the way he was playing at the end, it showed desperation.
Yeah.
To get these 3 points and to pick up the win. And obviously, like you say, because of the result and because they didn't win, he got it wrong.
Bro,
right? And those are like the fine margins of football and whatever. If there's 2 minutes left in the game, hold on. It seems like the exact same conversations we were having last year.
Literally,
when Arsenal went to the Etihad.
Quite literally.
And it's like, if City held on for another 2 minutes, you talk about it like a Pep masterclass.
Yeah. And to go a bit further, it would be more than a Pep masterclass, because if this City team, who they well and truly have questions about them only defensively, had dug in, stuck out a 1-0 win at the Emirates, it would have been massive for them.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been, we're back for real.
Yeah.
Like, don't chat to us. We're here. We're nasty. We're 5 in a row. We're coming. All of that. It would have been psychologically, like, forget the hype from rival fans, forget the hype from even City fans on some, like, we've beaten Arsenal. Just internally in that dressing room, they would have been up for the season. Everybody would have said, we're back, we're defensive, you know. So I hear it, and I hear how winning in that way would have been massive for Pep, or the team and stuff.
It's a huge statement.
Huge. You can't be understated how big that is. Yeah, especially with the money that we've spent. On attacking players. Like, so.
I mean, the conversation really immediately changes to City being Liverpool's closest challengers.
Full stop. And Arsenal, the conversation goes to, like, you're done. Like, have you just had your best time?
Yeah.
And so, like, it's a massive moment for Arteta, because if he doesn't win this game, like, if he does lose this game, especially in the fashion in which he would have lost it with the starting lineup and stuff, there, as you said at the top of the episode, there would have been nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
I mean, there still is.
There still is.
Yeah, there's still nowhere to run, but
But yeah, I just really think that Pep, I can't believe it. I actually can't believe that Pep gave us a leg in this game, or gave us something in this game.
Well, he's on the desk. And I hear what you're saying, where you're coming from, Pep giving us something because of the formation and the message that we're talking about, the message Arteta sends to the players and
exactly.
But sometimes X Factor is X Factor.
Some things are unstoppable.
Sometimes we couldn't really get onto Pep when Calafiori scored at the Etihad last year.
No. Yeah.
That's just what it is. Yeah.
You know, in basketball, when they say that's good defense.
Yeah.
It's just better off.
That's a bad shot.
Yeah.
That's a bad shot. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. That's a bad shot. right? Eze, yeah. And it's a court conversation point on Eze because this is what Eze does, and this is who Eze is. Yeah, he is the guy in the team in the Premier League, really, that will create something out of nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he gets that ball inside his own half, there's not. I think Martinelli might be the only one who makes a run.
Also, just quickly on that before, how good is it to, and we said this Bears like before, or well, when he was going to sign or even potentially like demanding Arsenal to approach him, how good is it to actually also finally see Eze like, yeah, I'm gonna demand, like it's crunch time and I'm demanding the ball. Like where he's picked that ball up, he's demanded it of Calafiori. Give me that. If anybody's gonna do something, it's me. I don't care where I am on the pitch. I don't care who I have to shimmy and shake off. Like,
and to be fair, that is that's something I can potentially give Arteta some credit for, because he's definitely told Eze and Saka when they've come on the pitch, you guys need to change this game. Yeah, you two need to win us this game. You
bail me out, please.
I mean, the amount of times that ball was being shuffled out to the right hand side to get it to Saka. Eze picks the ball up. He plays a perfect pass, an unbelievable pass. It's got fade, it's got splice, it's got everything. He's timed it perfectly. Martinelli times his run to perfection. He keeps himself on side. And then the finish, I actually think is the even more X factor than the pass.
No, the finish is ridiculous.
Because the first touch, and I saw someone saying Donnarumma's obviously come out, and they're like, Donnarumma's made it easy for him. But I think Donnarumma's come out because he thinks, well, Martinelli's first touch is going to go over here, and then I'll just pick it up.
I agree. And even if Martinelli's first touch is perfect, well, let's not act like that's just like an everyday thing. Donnarumma's done the math. He's like, well, if he does have a great touch, Guardiola's right there as well. I'm 7 foot.
Yeah.
That has to be the best finish in the world.
Yeah.
to beat me.
And it's actually gone in, hitting the side netting. Yeah, that's how close it is. And just I think a bit on Martinelli.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk too much.
No,
whatever,
massive week for Martinelli.
To quote Michael, they're all big ones.
They're all. It's who he is.
Yeah,
they're all big ones. I don't want to hear fans tell me that this is the biggest. They're
all
big ones. That when Martinelli gets his...
I was emotional after the game. But when you start listing them, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Man City, before,
Chelsea,
they're
all big ones. Yeah. So, but it's just, I'm happy for Martinelli because I think we've said this, man. I think this is his role. Yeah. Unfortunately, however you want to look at it, from our point of view, unfortunate. From Martinelli's point of view, maybe unfortunate, but I think he's proven himself to be a great sub. And I'm not mad if he starts Port Vale. I'm not even mad if he starts Newcastle. Yeah. So I'm not saying that there should be no more starting minutes for Martinelli. I'm just saying that it's good now that this is where we are, you know, and he deserves all the credit in the world. He's taking this on.
Because I think that's still a rare position to be. How many other teams have a big game killer?
Exactly.
Big game moment specialist like that coming off the bench?
Yeah. And Martinelli, as we see already, he's only going to benefit from this competition that Noni and Trossard and all these guys are going to be giving him. Yeah, if he's unsure about his position week in, week out, then he has to deliver on the pitch. That's the only way to be sure.
Yeah, which is what he's doing.
So I give Martinelli, man, all the credit in the world. Thank you for being the BGB. Yeah. Thank you for being the big game player. Like, we have one more big game this weekend, please. Lord, may it continue. So, and as to what you were saying, like, don't get me wrong, we've killed Martinelli on this pod. I'm sure we'll kill Martinelli again in the future.
Yeah.
But
not for a while though.
But he is such an easy guy to root for.
Yeah.
Like we know he's a nice guy. We know he tries his hardest. We know
he reels you back in.
There's no like shenanigans. There's it's just Martinelli.
It's just training ground.
Exactly.
Home. Training ground. Home.
Even when he stinks it up, there's no like extra. I need to kill him for X, Y, and Z. As you say. So
there's no like sulking. There's no like, you know, with the Trossard thing, everyone's like, I feel like with Trossard, when he scores a goal, he's knocking on Arteta's door. But this is why I should be starting.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't really think there's any of that from Martin.
No, and he does, as you say, man. He deserves all the respect. He saved our bacon, man, this week. He's literally saying, without the Martinelli goals,
Arteta's bacon.
Yeah, exactly. Without the Martinelli goals this week, it's
Arteta doesn't even want to know what this week the next 2 weeks looks like for him without that Martinelli goal. He doesn't even want to know.
That, to be fair, is probably why he kept not the BGB thing. Well, yes, the BGB thing, but like that in particular is why I kept him around, because he knows not that this is a guy I can push around, but this is a guy that trusts me.
Yeah, we'll do everything,
and we'll just do everything for me.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if I'm gonna find that again in the market. I'll have to develop that, and
he might not find that again in his managerial career. What Martinelli's willing to do for him,
especially with the least amount of noise in which he's willing to do it. Yeah.
So yeah, look, massive shout out to Martinelli, man. You saved my Sunday. You saved probably all Arsenal fans' Sunday.
100%. Kept us in it. Kept us in like. Yeah, I don't want to say the title race because it's too early for all of this stuff.
I mean, you were saying that we will talk on Newcastle, because obviously St. James's Park this weekend.
Massive.
And look, I'll tell you guys now, if you're still watching this, yeah, if that result is 1-0 to Newcastle, the pod next week's gonna be it's gonna be hot. Yeah, it's gonna be boiling point. It's gonna be flames.
You definitely want to be here for that
if
one.
If that score is 1-0, yeah, and it has to be 1-0, because if we I said to Michael, if we lose 3-2, then okay, well, we've scored 2 goals and we've gone to St. James's Park and actually shown something, and we can break down Eddie Howe's team, and obviously going to be pissed at him. But if that score is 1-0, this is where you need to be next week. But yeah, looking ahead to it,
it's a must win. Like
it's monumental.
It's
now,
monumental.
Yeah, could it be bigger? Especially Liverpool play before us. If they go to Selhurst Park and pick up 3 points, and the gap is 8 points.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I actually hate doing this. I don't really want to do this before St. James's Park. 9 times out of 10, or draw at St. James's Park, I'm like, oh, you know what, I'll take that. That's not the end of the world. But this one really, really feels like a must win for us in terms of points total, in terms of keeping close to Liverpool. But I think more importantly, like our the fan base and the dressing room's mentality. Like, Liverpool are winning these games. Don't get me. Like, Liverpool are winning these games. So,
and they've already been to St. James's.
So if we don't go to St. James's Park and win, it really does seem to signify, like, as much as we've probably improved from last season, we've not improved enough.
Yeah.
To close the gap between where we are and where they are. And that's why it's so massive to win, because even if the points remains, even if Liverpool win and we win, and it's still 5 points next week, but we've won next week, I just feel like we'll all be feeling a lot better about
also
this
then
season.
if that is the situation, the gap is 5 points, but
we've got some
we've been to Anfield, we've been to Old
yeah.
Trafford, we've been to St. James's Park, and we've played Man City.
Yeah.
And 4 about
and
first
inform
6.
Leeds.
Yeah. And we know what Leeds
and
are.
inform Leeds.
Yeah. Right. Leeds seem to be. We'll come to Leeds. Yeah. Maybe Daniel Farker. There might be some apologies coming soon. But and Forest as well. But I think it just starts to look a lot better if that is the case. But you've already said that midfield, Zubimendi, Rice, and Marino will play on Sunday.
Yeah.
I expect it to play on Sunday. And again, I'm even though I'm very angry with Arteta picking that midfield on Sunday, I'm not going to be vexed that he's picked it for St. James's Park, because the thing I'm going to be most vexed about is if Norgard's not in there. yeah. Norgard, Rice, and Marino. If you want to do that, then cool, but let it be Norgard.
Let it be Norgard.
Yeah? And if that is the midfield 3, there is only one name on the team sheet playing left wing.
Yeah.
There's only one. Yeah. And it's not Martinelli. Well, unfortunately, yeah. We've just done the Martinelli.
Maybe he plays 9.
Praise, but no. Gyökeres, look, we don't need to have a conversation on Gyökeres. I think Gyökeres is doing all right. He's got 3 goals in 5 games. If we're going to score, I just need to see us create a chance for Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Before we start, like,
killing
really,
him.
like, coming and giving opinions and stuff. But there is no other left wing option other than Eze for this game at Newcastle. Yeah, and with Noni out, there's no other right wing option. Yeah, so Saka plays there, Gyökeres, Eze, and then as long as Norgard's in there, do whatever the fuck you want with the rest of the team.
I was gonna say, like, if you've got Saka, Gyökeres, and Eze, you can play not whatever midfield combo you want, but you can be more conservative. You can.
Yeah.
You've got 3 good quality attackers who can score goals and create goals for each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been over it.
Did I dare ask you for a score prediction?
I think it'll be 2-1 Arsenal. It needs to be.
Yeah, but I don't think you actually think that. But
I don't actually think that.
Okay,
but it needs to be. It needs to be 2-1 Arsenal.
I'm not gonna give my score prediction because I fucking hate this fixture. Man United, big win. Ruben Amorim. He seems to have found the Ollie juice. Found the Ten Hag.
The Ten Hag, right when you need it.
I need this one, boys.
Right when you need it. Right when you need it.
Can you give me one more?
Yeah. And how do the players who already given up on him feel? You know when guys start balling out, guys think he's out the door.
Yeah.
Guys think he's out the door, and
then Bruno, Casemiro, Luke Shaw was a man possessed coming out there.
Kobe was thinking, yeah,
Sesko's winning his headers.
Kobe's thinking, I'm coming right.
4-3-3.
Yeah. He's looking at the fixture list. Yeah. So when am I gonna be
that left 8 roll? Yeah. I'm back. But Luke Shaw, they all turn up. They all want to put in a performance, and it comes at the expense of Chelsea and Enzo Maresca. Now, Enzo Maresca is I don't know, can we call him a rookie? I guess he's won the championship with Leicester. He's had a good season at Chelsea, but
was that his first year at Leicester? Oh, it wasn't even. This is his second year at Chelsea, so it doesn't matter anyway.
I think it was his first, but I don't know. He could be a Stephen Castle. Stephen Castle. He's been in the league couple years.
I was gonna say it's his sophomore year, but no, it's
right. But the levels have gone up now. Yeah, I don't actually know if Stephen Castle's played playoffs yet. But this is that's probably the most. This is Maresca's first year in the playoffs. Yeah. He's now got
100%.
The season's longer.
Means more.
You can't play B teams
as the game slows down and they start to look at your defense one-on-one.
Yeah. Right. We're gonna play you 7 times. So
I'm making sure that you don't go off. They're making sure that Cucurella doesn't go off.
Yeah. We're watching more tape.
Yeah.
The level of managers. It's not Conference League. It's not Noah's Ark and
Azerbaijan.
It's proper teams now. So what he's done first is he's rested players against Brentford
for the big game
for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, the big game.
Right, he put Fofana and Hato as his fullbacks for Brentford, and they didn't win the game. They drew 2-2 after going 1-0 down as well. So then they've gone to Bayern, the one that Maresca's rested his players for.
Big game,
and they get moved to really. Yeah, they lose 3-1. It could have been more. So now they've got 1 point from 6.
Man United on the weekend,
but we've rested against Brentford because there's 2 big games.
Yeah.
There's Bayern and Man United that we have to win. Yeah. So now they go to Old Trafford and they lose again. So they picked up 1 point from 9. Now, there's going to be questions about Maresca and how he deals with that Champions League schedule. But I think, and you've kind of brought this up as well, the resting and rotating of his squad. Firstly, does he have the luxury to be able to do that?
Which is crazy that I don't think he does.
With the amount of money that they're spending for sure.
Yeah.
But that's a different conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's just talk about what they actually have there. Because we saw Gittins play against Brentford. And obviously we did our Champions League preview midweek, so we didn't really talk about those fixtures. But we saw Gittins, we saw Fofana, Hato, Chalobah, Toss, whoever it is.
Yeah.
What's that going to look like now? Because they're saying Cole Palmer might be out for a couple of weeks.
Oh, is it?
3 to 6 weeks, apparently, is what they're saying with the groin injury. And before we actually get into what he's done in the game at Old Trafford, because we will get into that, how do you think that resting and rotating of his squad's going to go?
I think it's going to be an issue.
Or do you think he's actually going to learn, I actually can't do this rotation thing?
I think it's going to be an issue because it's not like Leicester where you have a majority, and I guess maybe Leicester you don't need to rest and rotate as much because you're the best team, but like it's not going to be like Leicester where you have like, and this sounds like a core group of players, like a core group of like 10 to yeah, let's say 10 players that like are pretty much gonna be in my team sheet week in, week out, or like there's gonna be big minutes for 7 of these guys, and 3 of these guys will play every game, no matter if it's 20 minutes or if it's an hour, or however it's gonna work. Yeah, I think at Chelsea, in particular, with how players come and go, Maresca's constantly, he's got to learn Gittins. He's got to learn Buenanotte. He's got to learn Garnacho. He's got to learn, all these next guys, JP, X, Y, and Z, when they rest, how they will, all this kind of stuff, yeah? So I don't think Maresca's going to be the best guy to figure it out in that sense. Like, even if, for example, towards do you remember how Poch went on that run at the end of his time at Chelsea? Even if, for example, Maresca figures out, okay, well, I can play Buenanotte in these games, and I can play JP in these games, and I can play Estevao in these games, whatever it will be, by next season, it's going to be like 6 new options. 4 guys will move on, 4 guys will come in. So Maresca's he's going to have to be the guy that can do it on the here and the now thing. I don't want to be hearing like it's going to take time for players to gel. It's going to take time because Chelsea will always be in that situation where players need to gel. Chelsea will always be in that situation where guys need to learn the league and learn the language and learn what it's like to play with Cole Palmer and all of that. He's got like 4 guys. He's got Cole Palmer. He's got Sanchez. He's got Cole Palmer. He's got Colwill when he's fit. And I'd say JP as and obviously Caicedo. So he's got 5 guys who I think are like, you're probably going to start whenever you're fit, whenever you're available, whenever you're ready. Yeah. So everyone else, Maresca has to find a way to get a tune out of them, if it's for 60 minutes, for 30 minutes, for 20 minutes, rotated, whatever it is. So I don't think he's going to do it that well. He does seem quite naive. He does seem quite like a novice. I don't really understand that formation that he played versus Brentford than the formation that he played versus Bayern Munich. It's just completely Hato's playing left wing back, and then now he's.
And look, I mean, you talk about novice. Yeah. What was he doing in the United game after Sanchez gets sent off?
And that's my point.
Panic station.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue that he's probably had the worst weekend of all the managers. In terms of his in-game decisions, lineups, all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
because of Arteta's bailout from Martinelli.
From Martinelli.
We've spoken about bailouts,
but I thought this real time. I understood taking Estevao off. You're down a man. Like, how much is Estevao gonna give you when you're already a man short type vibe? But they're gonna bully him on some physical thing. So I understood that. I didn't understand Pedro Neto coming off.
Yeah, because that's the outlet.
That's the outlet. Yeah. And that's I don't think this United team are it was almost as if Maresca thought, they're going to put it on us. Like it was like you're 1-0 down, you're a man down at Man City. This is a foregone conclusion that we lose this game.
Exactly, right. But, because then I'll ask the question is there no chance of beating Ruben Amorim's Man United?
No, you can.
With 10 men.
I honestly, even though Man United deserve their credit for winning the game, they were still there for the taking. And I swear, if Chelsea had scored in the first half or scored before, even when they scored in the 80th minute, but scored any time, you could tell, man, any goal.
How nervous they were.
United are gonna get nervous. Guys are gonna start swinging their legs at things. Guys are gonna start
like Reece James.
Exactly, like Reece James. Yeah. On the other end, that Man United team, even the confidence they've got from this game is fugazi.
Yeah. They know it's fugazi.
They can be got at. If whoever plays them next week scores first, don't let up, man. Don't let up. That Man United team is nervous. They're nervous. And that's why Pedro Neto, I thought someone to run at Maguire or Yoro or De Ligt or whatever and put them in a 1v1 situation, even just a ball in behind that someone can get onto, even if it happened once every 15 minutes, it's still something for Man United to think about that someone can get wrong.
100% Pedro Neto would have been the outlet, but I think it's all made to look that much worse when Casemiro gets sent off. Because now it's Estevao, Neto, Palmer, have all been taken off the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only person you've left out there is JP, really, that might go and score a goal.
Thankless job that
right?
JP.
Yeah, and he actually played pretty well, JP. Yeah,
Thankless job.
But that's what you've done now, Casemiro, and now it's 10v10. So there is a game here to be won.
Yeah. And it was 10v10 for a whole half.
Exactly. But Chelsea didn't really look. The only threat in that second half was Reece James balls in.
Yeah. Nothing else was gonna come.
And look, you mentioned United can get their praise, good win. But
they made it tough on themselves.
Yeah. But the only person we really need to talk about is Bruno. 100-goal club. For Man United midfielders, I think it's only Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Bobby Charlton.
Yeah, no, Bruno's a serious guy. Bruno's been serious,
and those guys I think played for over a decade.
They're all Hall of Famers. All of those names are Hall of Famers.
Bruno's only been there 4 or 5 years. So
now Bruno.
Just a word on Bruno's game. We've had conversations off air about Bruno. Where he ranks as maybe number 10s in the Prem.
I think he might be. I don't know. Like, is there maybe a player more the definition of Marmite in this league? It seems like guys that respect or understand Bruno's game respect it, regardless of sort of how it looks and how it appears. They know what Bruno's about. Yeah. And then there's certain guys that are like
we'll just hate him.
They just can never see it with Bruno. They can never see it. It's got 100 goals, and they like shit. We should have taken everything. Yeah,
Pen merchant.
All of that. Yeah, and I'm pretty firmly in the camp of that. Bruno's been an amazing signing for Manchester United. Almost everything that they would call good in the last 3 years, 4 years, like you can almost directly attribute to something that Bruno's done in the game. I think the reason I give Man United credit and the reason I give Bruno credit was because for the first time, they actually got something over the line. They got a win over the line. And don't get me wrong, it was shaky. It was shaky. But they still could have drawn or lost that game, which a draw would have been a loss. And because of Bruno, you get over the line. You get the win. You go up early. You get to go into the halftime talking about what we need to do for the second half just to see out this game and see out this win and all that. You bail out Casemiro, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and I think that's the importance of Bruno to the team.
Like the point I was gonna make on Bruno is like I fully respect Bruno's game, what Bruno does. I think it's almost impossible unless you are just a generational hater. It's almost impossible to not respect what Bruno's actually been doing for years. We spoke about his numbers the other day. And you've said it just there, like United players and Amorim and whatever. In fact, they can go into this game at half time, or they can come out at the end of the game with 3 points because of Bruno. And I feel like I've said that.
How many weeks?
For how many years?
Yeah, exactly.
For how many years have we said that Man United have come away from this game with something?
Yeah, exactly.
Because of Bruno. And when you are that player, and that is happening that frequently, that consistently over that long a period of time, respect to him.
He'll be immortalized when he leaves. Yeah. Like, not the day he leaves, not like as he's leaving, but like a year, 2 years after Bruno's gone, and there is no more Bruno Jingbang.
Yeah.
Man United fans will all of them unanimously will turn the tide. Oh, but back in the day,
and the new manager signed Harry Wilson.
Yeah. Back in the day, Bruno just used to bet. You know when every club tweets, remember the day?
Yeah.
Back, this day 4 years ago. This day,
Alexis 2 months.
Yeah. This day 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But there's just gonna be bare Bruno comps for Man United, and when Man United, who knows where they'll be. But if they're still struggling to win games at that time that Bruno's gone, man, are they gonna not regret getting rid of him? But maybe they'll just look more favorably on his time at Man United. Yeah. Even the haters, the most staunch naysayers of Bruno will be like, well, he was good for digging us out.
Yeah.
Like,
and I feel like he's even like Man United fans do this. He's made a scapegoat a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And that's not for. I don't think either of us are saying that like. His game's flawless.
Exactly. His game isn't flawless.
Game's like amazing to watch, so to speak. But you take the good with the bad, right? Sometimes Bruno's going to treat the football like a grenade. He's going to treat it like a bomb, and he's going to launch it into places that he doesn't need to launch it to. Mm-hmm. But on the flip side of that, like we said, he'll be the reason that you come away with a point or 3 points.
Yeah, if they're looking for any quality,
right?
He'll be here.
Yeah, right. And I think the amount that his quality outweighs treating the ball like a grenade and all of that stuff that they say about him is much further this way in terms of the positive that Bruno gives
and the
you.
negative.
Yeah.
But we can't move on without speaking about Sanchez.
Okay, yeah. Go on, yeah.
Bro, Robert Sanchez. And I'm actually a Sanchez defender. Like
Sanchez is a bozo.
I think Sanchez is a bozo, but I don't think Sanchez is as bad as people make him out to be. Like I've seen Sanchez have decent games for Chelsea, for Brighton. I know why they bought him, that kind of stuff. I don't think he's the best keeper in the world. I don't think he's this and that.
Yeah.
But I don't actually think that Sanchez is that far away from the rest of the quality of the league in terms of keepers. You've got
better than Ramsdale.
You've got Alisson and you've got Raya. You've got Alisson Raya at the top. You've got like Sales. Who else is a decent keeper in this league?
Pope.
No. You've got Sales.
Pope's better than Sanchez.
Pope might be better than Sanchez, but then I think you have this like smorgasbord of keepers. That's where I put the Popes.
Emi Martinez.
That's where I put the Emi Martinez's. That's where I put the Pickfords. That's where I put all of
Aaron
these.
Ramsdale.
Yeah. I put all of them in the mix. Like, don't get me wrong.
And all of them are above Robert Sanchez.
I think I don't know. On their they all make calamities. They're all good for a good day. They're all good for I can't believe he's made that save. He's played well today. He's done his job. All that kind of stuff. And then they're also all good for I think the thing with Sanchez in particular is his bonehead mistakes almost always like there's like a 99 percentile chance that this is leading in a goal, direct goal, or a red card.
Yeah.
Those are his bonehead mistakes, and that's why I can hear it. Why
that will lead directly to a Chelsea loss.
Yeah, and that's why I hear it. Like why people might put the Popes and the X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
In terms of, do I actually think that they're better goalkeepers? No. Like I've seen Pope make mistakes. I've seen Ramsdale make mistakes.
But that's part of being a goalkeeper.
Exactly. I've seen Pickford make mistakes. Sanchez, I can't defend him this week. This is ridiculous.
The Chelsea fans are done with him.
No, I hear it. I've seen a lot of Sanchez mistakes, and I say his mistakes are the worst.
Yeah,
they're the worst. But I actually don't think he is as bad as that caliber of keeper. Yeah, I think if you put Ramsdale wouldn't make that mistake. But if you put Ramsdale in the Chelsea team, they'll hate him for different reasons. They'll hate him for different reasons, and they'll say that he's shit, and they'll say that we need to move on from Ramsdale. We need to find ourselves a top four keeper, all this kind of stuff. So that's my thing with Sanchez is I think he's mid as it can get, but I think a lot of these keepers are mid. It's just that Sanchez's mistakes are hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious. And as you say, they directly cost Chelsea points. So if Chelsea fans are done with them, I'm not going to convince them. Otherwise.
But also, I don't even think we should really look at Emi Martinez, Jordan Pickford, Nick Pope, Aaron Ramsdale, whatever, through the same lens that we look at Robert Sanchez, because Robert Sanchez is a starting goalkeeper for a Champions League team.
And that's the thing. And that's why I accept that he can be killed and should be killed.
So Jordan Pickford can make mistakes at Everton, because ultimately they're not fighting for anything, and he's going to keep enough clean sheets. I think he's kept the most clean sheets last season, joint with David Raya, and he was one behind David Raya the year before.
Yeah.
And he can do that, and Everton can finish 15th, 16th, 14th, 13th, whatever. It doesn't matter. But you have to look at Robert Sanchez through a different lens.
Of course, I agree with 100%. The expectation on him is bigger than the expectation on a lot of these other keepers. I just think also, to be honest, the bag is left with Chelsea. Like there was deals out there to be done for Mike Maignan.
Agreed.
There was deals out there to be done for Aaron Ramsdale, Pickford.
Where I will side with your point is that I don't think Robert Sanchez is a bigger reason why Chelsea can't compete for the title than their two centre-backs.
Yeah. That's another big thing.
I think, and I'm not saying that the centre-backs are a bigger reason, but I think they're basically the same. You can probably split that 50-50, give the same percentage to both of them.
And
the centre-backs aren't good enough
What's
either.
funny about Fofana and Adebayo tossing is that, man, like, I actually don't think that they're terrible centre-backs. I just think that they're mid.
Yeah.
I just think that they are, like, if it's 2-1 to Chelsea with 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go, I'm not like banking on these guys to make.
I mean, Brentford long throw.
Exactly. I'm not banking on them to be flawless. I'm not banking on them to not make a mistake. It's not like a Van Dijk Konate thing. It's obviously not like a Gabriel Saliba thing.
Yeah.
You saw the goal that Martinelli had to score to break down the City team.
Yeah.
So I just feel like with Chelsea, I agree with your point. Like, and I think it doesn't matter. You can switch out Fofana and you can put in Benoit Badiashile, and you can switch out Tosin and you can put in, Axel Disasi and whoever. I just think that Chelsea have got a massive group of mid centre backs.
Agreed. But bring back Badiashile.
Because he's left-footed. The angles. Yeah.
And I agree with you. I think they're all mid, but I think Badiashile will just make it look a bit better.
But that comes back to Maresca. It's a full circle thing.
Yeah.
I don't think Maresca's rotating with Badiashile or
play Hato there. You've literally signed Hato for what, 40, 50, whatever it was.
And stop subbing on Tariq George.
I mean, Tariq George is starting tonight for Chelsea.
No.
At striker.
What's he done?
Striker.
What's he done? And I record straight, no hate on Tariq George's name. Decent player. Seems like a good guy. All of this kind of stuff. Whatever potential you can have out there in the game, I think you should achieve it outside of Chelsea, and not just because I hate Chelsea.
Because for your own benefit.
Exactly.
And also Tariq George. It's funny because that's made me think of tweet of the week. But I don't know if we can. I don't know if that one can be. So we might not have to.
It's not too late.
But we might not be able to. I don't know about that one. So then we'll move it on. Relegation talk. And look, West Ham struggling. Talk on Graham Potter. What's going to happen with Graham Potter? Wolves lost every game. Lost at home to Leeds on the weekend. Vitor Pereira has just signed a new 3-year contract.
3 years.
Aston Villa.
3 years is general, bro.
Yeah. That's a long time. Aston Villa, Unai Emery scored their first goal on the weekend. Matty Cash, long shot, screamer. I sent you some of Villa's attacking ranks. Season, XG, all of that. It's looking sticky for them. And then on the flip side of that, you've actually got Sunderland and Leeds as kind of surprise teams. They've got 7 points from 5 games.
Yeah.
So, what are you thinking this year? It looks like the promoted teams are. I think Burnley have done all right as well.
Even Burnley, I was going to say, they haven't won every game, but they've not been.
I think they got 4 points.
We're not just getting slapped up 3-4-5-0 every week.
Burnley.
I think I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the quality of the teams. I don't know if it's the quality of the managers. I don't know if it's like, because Farker's been here before. Scotty Parker's been here before.
Yep.
I don't know if it's like maybe learning of the lessons and like, all right, well, this is what it's going to take to survive. But I think especially Leeds and Sunderland, I think they have enough of what it takes to stay up in the league. And we might see for the first time in a while the 3 promoted teams not go straight back down. The fact that they all have more than just 3 points on the board. It's like,
But you know what? So Sunderland, I agree with you. I think Sunderland, and we've already said that Sunderland will be good at home. And Leeds they're starting to impress me, as weeks go on. But if you're saying that you think that they might stay up, I think you probably need to give Daniel Farker an apology.
No, I probably do. Daniel Farker?
Because I still think they can go down. I'm not quite there yet.
No. Even if they do go down,
Daniel Farker could.
Even if they do go down, which could happen, and I guess we'll see how it plays out. Daniel Farker does deserve an apology for me because I thought Daniel Farker was never going to change. And it's not that he's like done some sort of radical change.
Yeah. I'll tell you about the recruitment.
Exactly. It's just that he's listening to the details now, and he's not on some like
stubbornness.
I don't have the players to play out, but I'm going to play out anyway. Like, regardless of me not having the players, regardless of me not being able to do it, regardless of me conceding 5 the week before, I'm just going to do this anyway and see where it gets me. And he seems to be tweaking that a bit. Or he seems to even like, there's been some smart recruitment. Calvert-Lewin. I thought Calvert-Lewin was trash. I thought it was over for him. I think Calvert-Lewin still is trash. But even if those are the only 2 goals that Calvert-Lewin gives Leeds, it's a free transfer. It's a free transfer. Well accrued, because as I say, what's going to keep these teams up is goals, or the possibility of goals, the threat of goals. Even if Calvert-Lewin doesn't score another goal until sort of May time, and that's a big goal to sort of keep them up. It's Daniel Farker being a bit more pragmatic than he was before, and not just bringing some next a kid or guy we've never heard of from some next league to learn Premier League.
He signed a bunch of giants.
Yeah.
Which
for good reason, man.
Yeah, is that already like is a sign that you're more aware of what it takes to stay in this league now.
But I think my bigger point is Sunderland deserve praise, Leeds deserve praise. I'm a fan of Scott Parker. I think he deserves his credit.
We could have an unexpected relegation.
But my bigger point is for the Wolves and for the West Hams
and Villa
and for the Villa, even though
but for the time we're gonna throw them in there.
I just think that you are potentially an indecisive board or GM away from catastrophe. Like
Villa just sacked their sporting director, innit?
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
No, you're a potential board or GM, lazy board or GM away from catastrophe because I think West Ham have too much quality to go down.
Yeah.
But I think things can get so bad under Potter that even if the new manager comes in, whenever at some point down the line he comes in, the dressing room might not be the same.
Yeah.
Like you might not be able to recover the dressing room, but to scrape together wins and points and all this kind of stuff. And if Paqueta's like I stayed now, but in January it's maybe I should go.
Yeah.
Then I just think things get worse, and you can find yourself.
If you were to assign a percentage of how much you think West Ham will stay up is because of Bowen, what percentage will you give that?
I'd go as high as I'd say.
When you really look at the rest of their squad,
I'd say,
and you've just spoken about goals being needed,
85%.
Okay,
and like 10% might go to Paqueta, and like
which I still think is a bit generous, but
I think 2% might go to Souček and
Wan-Bissaka makes a big tackle.
Yeah. But I do think like
so if Bowen gets an injury, hopefully he doesn't.
God forbid.
But and he's out for 2.5 months.
Bowen gets an injury.
How scary does that start to
Bowen gets an injury and Potter's still around and players just are unresponsive to whatever changes he's trying to make, and you're still twiddling your thumbs, or even you sack Potter.
Exactly. Even if Potter's not there, but Bowen's out.
Exactly. Even if you sack Potter, but the new guy comes in and he's as much of a clown as Potter is, or he's on some like my philosophy is my philosophy and it doesn't change and I don't care about the results.
Yeah.
You're in trouble, especially if Sunderland are going to be not losing games at home. Just if they don't have to win every game, obviously, but like if they're just not losing, and in the weeks where you're getting 0 points, they're getting 1 point.
It
adds up.
And that squad's just not good enough.
Yeah.
But if you take Bowen out of it, the defense. Walker Peters got relegated last year. Kilman's been in poor teams before. Mavropanos. That Juve guy looks all right, but he looks like more of a wing back. We know Souček and Ward-Prowse, if that's going to be at midfield too. And what a packet.
Average age is 45 in that midfield too.
Somerville's been in a team that's been relegated.
And you spent 20 million on this Mad Hermansen guy just to re-sign Fabianski.
And Areola played on the weekend. So I think that squad's a mess. I think if Bowen will be the reason that they
and I do think Bowen will get to 15.
Which will be why they stay up and whatever. But then you take it away from West Ham. Obviously Villa were kind of
But
we're watching. Wolves.
No, Wolves are in trouble.
Yeah, that's not good.
The Wolves are in serious trouble. And half the reason
because Yorks could get 15.
Yorks will be Yorks,
but
Yorks has the most guaranteed move to another Premier League team than anybody else in the Wolves team or in Wolverhampton in general. The city of Wolverhampton.
You know that new contract that he signed? There's a release clause. For sure.
Of course there is.
And the release clause is like 60 million. If Wolves get relegated, 40 million.
Yeah. It's snapped up.
Yeah,
it's 25 years old.
It's been worked in.
It's 25 years old. Snapped up. Wolves are in trouble because like I just can't name half the Wolves team, and I don't know how good these.
Like, do you remember when we came off a match today the other day?
Yeah, I can't. Like,
how many of these guys do we know?
I can't name half the Wolves team, and Bellegarde and these guys who are a name I know now because they've been there for 2 years. I'm not sure how good this guy is.
Yeah.
I don't think he's terrible.
Agreed.
But I just don't see
also
the goals and assists needed to keep Wolves up. How much Hwang's done?
I remember when Hwang was on.
Yeah, no, he's done.
But I don't know what's coming now. I don't know where it's going now.
It's the Korean guy. It's done now.
Look, that's it from us this week. We've spoken about obviously Arsenal, United, Chelsea, bit of relegation talk. we'll be back next week for. No, actually, we might not be back next week. I'll have to
We'll see
how I feel Sunday at 6:30. This might be the last ever episode of the pod because
subscribe.
Yeah. If you want another episode, you have fucking subscribe because I don't know what's coming next week, and what's coming after that. But look, tweet of the week.
Oh yeah.
Keep forgetting about this. Now there were quite a few, but it's obviously some of them are difficult to put across to the audience from this kind of.
You need to be in the know.
But one that I did have was one that Michael actually sent to me. Don't worry, Chelsea fans, it could be worse. You could be 75 years old and still working from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. as a fisherman, even though your son is a millionaire. That made me laugh. I can't lie.
I don't know what my tweet of the week is going to be. And I keep forgetting about this segment.
Chris B. Haynes, Kevin Durant.
Chris B. I think one of my tweets of the week has got to be... Maybe I'll go give it to Trae Young, man. Fighting your fight.
Oh, yeah.
Just go look at Trae Young's Twitter.
Yeah.
Or maybe Atlanta Hawks' Twitter.
Yeah.
Because I respect them respecting their franchise player.
Yeah.
We don't do much for you, Trae, but we're gonna fight your battles if that's what you need us to do.
Yeah. Fair. MVPs and rookies.
Obviously, big shout out Ousmane Dembele. You know what's funny? I was having I don't even know if it's an argument, but I was having a conversation with someone in the office who just refuses to see Ousmane Dembele as a good player. Like refuses. Like he literally said, and I quote, "This is the worst winner of the Ballon d'Or since Nedved." I was like, but how come he just won the treble?
I don't really know how you can.
He's had a monster year in a treble-winning season. He's like, no, Dembele or he's not even the best player in the PSG team. Doué was better than. He's like one of those guys, yeah. And I was like, Dembele's played for Dortmund, he's played for Barcelona, and he's played for PSG. He's won everything everywhere he goes. Well, apart from Dortmund, where he only won the FA Cup or whatever it was, but he was 19 buying and still doing buying things. Yeah, but he's got like 3 La Ligas, Copa del Rey's, all of that kind of stuff. And don't get me wrong, it's not like he was flawless at Barcelona, but I just think in terms of living up to the hype or proving doubters wrong or like showing that your talent and ability wasn't just some like Twitter compilation thing.
The 120 million transfer fees and all of that, yeah.
I think Dembele approved it in this season just gone by, and I feel like if you don't respect or rate or whatever that's the season that Dembele's just had, you are just a Dembele hater.
Yeah,
you're like
that's what I was getting. You can refuse to accept that Dembele's a good player, but you are just wrong.
Yeah, you are just a Dembele hater.
You can do that. You're within your rights to refuse to accept that, but you are just wrong. I think also like the big injuries that he's had. Throughout his career, to come back to be on that stage to win the Ballon d'Or.
People like
I think fair play to him.
We remember like people were highly touting this guy. Like I was trying to make the point to him like before Mbappe came around, Dembele was like the prospect out of France. He was like the name that you had to know. You had to watch his game, all of that kind of stuff. And as you say, through the injuries, through the poor form.
I mean, at Dortmund, he was the Lamine Yamal of the time.
Exactly. You spent 1 year in Dortmund.
Yeah.
Because Barca had to buy him.
But everyone knew it.
Yeah. So it's
I'd
also circle.
I also think that combined with Dembele, you can probably join these two together, Luis Enrique.
Yeah.
Because I think for those players like Dembele is what 25?
No, he's 27 now, 28 or whatever it is.
For the majority of his career and his time at Barca, like he did win 3 La Ligas and whatever, but
he wasn't the best.
It wasn't. Like I've said, I'll just put the Lamine Yamal stamp on him when he was at Dortmund. He wasn't living up to what should have looked like or that should have been, right? And we would see Dembele. We used to talk about Dembele's fake shot, how he had the nasty fake shot, and good off both feet, speed, technical ability, can play inside, can play outside, can beat a man. All of those things to his game, but he's not really. He was never really at that. And then obviously he got hooked after 35 minutes in a World Cup final by Didier Deschamps, and it was a stinker of a 35 minutes from Ousmane Dembele. It was horrible, yeah. But you pair him with Luis Enrique, and Dembele gets his props because he's 26, 27 at the time.
Play striker
And
on new
he's,
position.
he's willing to learn. He's willing to change. He's willing to do everything he needs to do for the team. But he's been paired with Luis Enrique, who's also been able to get that out of it.
Yeah, 100%. As I say, I just feel like if you don't respect the goals and the assists and everything that he did, the just all-round gameplay that he's done for a young PSG team in a treble-winning season, they've never won the Champions League before.
Yeah.
Like, you will never respect Dembele. Like, there won't be anything that he can do to change your mind about who he is as a player.
Yeah. Especially the run that he went on.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I've got Victor Gyökeres, the Gerd Muller Trophy, best striker in Europe.
Its respect.
Yeah,
needs its respect.
Deserved. Yeah, nobody can say anything. Nobody can take that away from him. He's the best striker in Europe. The proof is there now. Gerd Muller Trophy. I've got Bruno Fernandes, obviously, for the goal, and I've got Daniel Farke and Regis Lebris, because you're proving a lot of people wrong.
They're the guys.
You're breaking the mold.
They're the guys. No, I think from maybe a football perspective, you've covered all my MVPs. Oh, actually, maybe I'll give Jose an MVP. Not because I'm like I still respect Jose's thing. Yeah. But starting off right, 4-0 win at Benfica. Yeah. Obviously, I don't know if I should give him an MVP for this, but I still find it semi-hilarious how Jose's just gonna come and shit on Fenerbahce. Like he's Jose. I know that's in bad taste. I know a manager shouldn't do that, but I also know Jose is just drumming up media for Benfica now. That's what it is. He's like, he's as loyal to the paper as any manager has ever been in football.
The journalists love him.
Exactly.
But I mean, you gave Trae Young tweet of the week. On the flip side, there's probably a rookie you can hand out.
Pat Bev needs to chill, and I know what Pat Bev is doing. Pat Bev, I think he's just trying to drum up some podcast views, trying to drum up some wherever it is, some hype or some media for his podcast. But Pat Bev has to get a rookie of the week, because Pat Bev can't be running around in this basketball media space talking like he's Allen Iverson. Yeah, like he's a winner. Yeah, like he's left some
like he's in
undoubted legacy on the game that everybody is gonna love and cherish moving forward. And I don't think there's a single franchise that Pat Bev has played for that is like
to love him more.
Like welcome Pat Bev, and everybody stands. Yeah,
fear the day.
Like, I just don't think that it's like that for Pat Bev, and leave it alone, especially with some of these young guys who are currently in the league still doing their thing. Yeah. If you want to talk about guys who were shit or whatever during your time in the NBA, who maybe also done, calm, because that's just like you get off old gripes. But you got, 27, 28-year-old franchise players killing it, doing their thing. We already spoken about how tough it is for Trae Young to do anything. I just don't understand coming at him, trying to talk about his playoff record and what he's done.
But also, if you're going to come at him, keep it to on the court, related stuff. Yeah, don't come at him with your teammates don't like you and no one in Atlanta wants to play with you, and GMs get they get fired if they go there. Man, don't come with all of that stuff that you're putting out there, like, I have these sources that are telling me that nobody likes you.
Just
talk about what's going on the
season
court.
Starts in like a month.
It's like, why are you trying to throw that spanner in the works? Make Trae just talk about what Trae Young's doing on the court and make that argument. But 100% agree. Pat Bev gets a rookie. Unai Emery. Bro. There's nowhere to hide.
There's nowhere to
hide what's going on, bro. Are the players getting bored of the message? Have the tactics gone out the window?
We have a very last minute MVP.
Yeah.
I just happened to refresh my Twitter.
And
I've seen Fulham Football Club say, congratulations, Kevin. He's got engaged.
Oh, engaged.
He's as Brazilian as it gets. He's there, engaged. That's why Brazilians get a move to the Premier League and instantly get their teeth done and get married. That's the tweet.
Yeah, I mean... Okay, we'll go deeper off there.
That might be my tweet of the week.
My person is she Brazilian from London or what's?
Kevin's got his teeth done and got married. Within the ink.
No, the teeth done.
The ink is drying still on that Fulham contract.
Yeah.
It's a deadline day move.
He's already married, moving into. But Emery, man, like you need to pattern up because this is dark now. 5 wins, 5 games, no wins, 1 goal scored. Any other rookies?
Um,
Dallas
no.
Cowboys.
Oh yeah, Dallas Cowboys. Oh man, the Dallas Cowboys. If you're an NFL fan, if you're a fan of the America's team, God, you guys are in for a humdinger of a year. I can tell it's going to be up and down. And you guys defensively are horrible. Jerry Jones, come to the front, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is the GM of the Dallas Cowboys. He's like, I think he's the owner, actually. He's not even the GM. He's the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, but he moves as if he's GM, manager, and coach.
Yeah,
He gives post-match interviews. He talks about trades publicly. He talks about players' contract situations.
Mr. Marinakis.
Yeah. He's the Marinakis.
Yeah.
It's worse because we just see Marinakis. We don't hear from Marinakis.
Well,
but Jerry Jones.
We used to just see Marinakis.
Jerry Jones, you see, you hear from him.
He's on the front lines.
You read everything he has to say. Like, it's not good. It's not good what Jerry Jones is doing.
Yeah.
So
not healthy.
It's not healthy at all. And I also have to give Derrick Henry a rookie, man. Derrick Henry has been fucking awful. Every time this guy fumbles the ball, we direct correlation to our loss.
Yeah.
And Lamar is doing everything he can.
Oh, you lost again?
We lost again. Detroit Lions. It's a tough one. We have a 1-2 record. We play Mahomes next. Bro.
It could be a nasty week next week. Look, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for tuning in. If you are watching, please do hit the subscribe button, like the video, drop a comment. I'm sure a lot of you have enjoyed that one. Arteta had to hold it this week.
Yeah.
And hopefully, fingers crossed, a miracle comes this
Kai.
weekend.
I need the return of Kai for the weekend.
Honestly. But yeah, look, we'll be back next week. Whether we're talking about football, we'll see.
Gal talk instead. You seen that, man?
Hey, NBA's coming back.
Yeah,
Must
tune in.
Or it could be an NFL pod. I might have to sink my teeth in, start understanding some of the tactics and whatever. But look, we'll see. Thank you guys for watching and listening. We'll see you next week. Peace.